Morning, everybody. Oh, I don't want to move this morning. I do not want to move. I'm so comfortable. It's cold out there this morning. The wind is blowing. I was up here last night swinging around in the trees. It was pretty windy. But we got to get going with our day. I woke up with a sore throat because I was snoring, I believe. So I'm going to go get some white pine, eastern white pine, and get the needles off it and make a tea out of that. And we'll have a look too for some chaga, see if we can come across some chaga. And as always, we'll keep our eye out for some grouse, but we're not hurting for food right now. So that's not our main priority. We only got 2 days left, so we still want to move. Better get going. Before we get going, I have a couple of these salt expressions. Just for an energy boost. Day 4. There's lots of spruce trees. I'm basically in a spruce patch, but I don't think I'll have to go far to find some eastern white pine. So we'll head out. We'll collect some. Have a good look for some chaga. And chaga grows on birch trees, so I need to go to a place where there's a lot of birch. And it's a very rare thing to find as well. It's not impossible, but it is rare. It takes a good bit of effort. And then on the way we'll look for some grouse too, so I guess that's what we're going to do. This is a hard day today, hard to get going. I don't know if it's just even though I ate really good yesterday, I don't know if it's the lack of calories catching up or what, but feeling kind of weak, but I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling good. We can do this. Let's go. Eastern white pine here. And they grow on these little clusters. And then with no more than 5 needles coming out off of them. So here's a prime example. I know it's hard for you guys to see, but there's 5 needles coming off one of those little spurs. Don't need much to make a strong tea. That's all we'll take. bird looks like he's getting ready to bolt. I want to get a little bit closer. Another one for the pot. So our main priority today is going to find some chaga. I want to find some chaga to make some chaga tea and mixing with the pine needles, and that's a lot of antioxidants, good nutrition. I've got a lot of meat, I've got a lot of food that way, but we need to get some vitamins in us. The needles on the trees are really high in vitamin A, and chaga is really high in antioxidants, and there's other minerals and stuff like that, such as pause it if you're not done reading. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna go look for chaga. They say it grows on 1 out of every 10,000 trees. Now I don't know the scientific evidence behind that or whatnot, but I would believe it. It is hard to come by, but we're in a good spot here. It's mostly birch trees where we are, as you can see, beautiful birch forest. So we'll go get start looking. This is something I want to learn more of. Mushrooms. I don't know enough about it to even consider eating it right now, but I would like to learn over the next little while and find out, you know, for sure. It's just one of those things where mushrooms is like either you're gonna have an okay time or you're gonna have a really bad time. So
what are you doing out here?
I was just walking in your beautiful forest.
Oh, it's not my forest, brother. It's everyone's.
You're so awesome. I love you.
I love you too.
I don't want a bad time right now. So let's go look for some chaga. Good fire starter. Always a good idea to grab some of that. Just put in your pocket. Looks like an old riverbed here, all dried up. That's exactly what that is. Which is a good sign, because chaga also prefers, from what I understand, to be by where there's a lot of water flow. I don't know if it just helps the fungus grow. Are you kidding me? I didn't get lucky just like that, did I? Oh man. I think I just found chaga already, and a big chunk of it. Now, that one's on a maple. I've never had one on a maple before. I think it's maple. Yeah. Wow. I've never found one on. That was real lucky. Okay. We'll grab some. That is not chaga. I was tricked. That is just a tumor on the tree. It's not chaga. It's because that's just wood inside. Ah, I knew this was gonna be too easy. Oh well, we'll keep looking. you won't know for sure, but that's exactly kind of what you're looking at. You're looking for like a growth that's growing out of the tree, but the inside of it isn't wood. It's going to be more of like it's going to have like a burnt outer shell to it, and then it's going to be like kind of more like a cork on the inside. Some more nice dry yellow birch bark. Oh, is this it here? That is a birch tree, and it is living. It's pretty low to the ground. I haven't seen it this low. Usually it's up a little higher, but I think that's chaga. Cool. That didn't take as long as I thought. From my experience anyways, I find it kind of rare for it to be this close to the ground, but this is definitely chaga, because you can see how it looks all burnt and it's cracked up on the outside, and the inside has got this like rusty kind of brown look to it. That's definitely chaga, 100%. So let me find some better rocks and knock this off with. Ooh, ooh. Oh, here we go. And that's chaga. See how it's burnt up there, as I was saying, and at the inside is like the material goes from a really, really hard, crusty, burnt side to like a corky brown. That's enough. I don't want to take it all. Just enough for a day or two. I can steep that several times and still get the nutritional value out of it. So it's a good idea actually to, if you can grind it up or crush it up a bit. So I'm just gonna smash it on this rock a little bit. Oh, bigger rock. Perfect. There, see? I throw a couple pieces into my cup of tea. We had a successful chaga hunt today. I wanted to do something a little different today instead of just hunting animals. Add some more nutrition into my diet because haven't eaten much green stuff besides the ground apples that were mostly full of worms anyways. But yeah, pretty excited about this. If you're wondering what the flavor is on chaga, it's got an earthy, it's hard to explain. It's like it does have a bit of a woody, earthy kind of taste to it, but it's mild and it tastes really good. But what I like to do with chaga whenever I harvest chaga is, I'm saying chaga an awful lot, but anyways, what I like to do is mix it with chai tea. They have chaga and chai tea, and man, that goes good together. Really good. Ow, hit my head. Ow, hit it again. So I'm going to show you a fast way of getting a fire going here now. Just for fun. I'm going to pick a bunch of this old man's beard. This moss that grows on all these evergreens or spruce trees. They will grow on live trees as well, but they really grow on dead trees. I'll grab a fair bit of that. With the birch bark that I got from earlier, we'll get a fire going real quick. Now, we'll grab some more twigs off the tree. This tree is completely dead. There's a hole almost gone all the way through. When camping in the woods, be very cautious of trees that are dead around where you're camping, because if they come down, or almost worse is with the tops break off, they snap off the 2/3 up, and then that comes crashing down. So you don't want to be anywhere near it when that happens, especially when it's windy out like today. Look at the old man's beard. The wood's pretty wet in there right now. And just to mix it up, we're going to go ahead and start the fire with this Fire Starter Aviation Survival Spark Light Tool Kit. All it is one of these little cotton swabs and this thumb wheel. And I showed this in a video before. People buy these kits. You can get these in a lot of different, you know, hunting outlet stores, stuff like that. People think they're useless because they're there trying to ignite. It's just a thumb wheel with a flint, same as like you would find on a cigarette lighter or something. People are there trying to light this and they can't get it to work. But the trick is you got to open it up and release those fibers. Once you do that, you're good to go. So I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to drop the old man's beard with the birch on it, and then the tinder, and then we're good to go. Start putting bigger pieces on. So that's that. How's that for a quick fire? Sorry if the wind is making it hard to hear me, but unfortunately that's how it goes. I got some leftover coffee from last night, so all I'm going to do is put the pine needles in here. So what you want to do is just crack it up a little bit, fold them. If you can like mortar and pestle it, even better. But you just want to agitate it, tear them up a little bit, so it can those oils can release. If you're wondering why I'm always keeping on blaze orange while I'm here, it's just because you never know. You got some hunters out there that are way too trigger happy, and they see any bit of movement, you never know, right? So see, little nest of pine needles in there. Take a few good little chunks of chaga, throw right in there, and then throw it right back on the fire. Dinner in me too. Might as well throw that on, start heating that up. Have a good old hearty lunch of squirrel and grouse. Actually no, I don't have any squirrel this time. I got spoiled, I got a raccoon. Some raccoon and grouse stew. very subtle, but it's more of like comes out on the aftertaste. It's good. I can taste the chaga, I can taste the pine. Most of it's masked underneath the coffee, but it's good. Look at that. Oh, that's good. So good. Well, I'm going to enjoy this. Have my coffee. Probably relax for a little bit. Go up in the hammock because this wind is not fit right now. And then we'll head out and do some hunting this evening. That's from all the wind, I guess. Oh, get out of my way. Tell me, are you feeling lucky? Are you? Punk?
Well, do you, punk?
Yeah, I don't need you. He looks right at me. So there's a gentleman who just came up over that big embankment there in his truck. I haven't seen anyone out here. And all of a sudden this little Ford, I think it's a Ford Ranger, an old one. Looks like he flew up over that in his truck. So I'm gonna go this way with him just so he doesn't get doesn't get stuck or anything, because it's washed out this way as well. And I got a winch on this thing, so I don't think he's gonna make it that way. I would go that way.
Through the gravel pit.
Yeah. Yeah, I would go through the gravel pit.
I should be all right then, eh?
You should be. I'll go with you anyways, just in case the sand is too soft. What's that?
Altogether different. You get any birds?
I got one this morning. I haven't really been looking a whole lot because I've actually been out for 4 days now. I haven't gone home. I'm living off the land for 5 days, so tomorrow's my last day. So I gotta, like, I've been eating squirrel and grouse and raccoons. So yeah, I've been eating it all.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I'll go this way with you, and just to make sure you're all right.
Great, thank you.
No problem. Take care. Well, came back to the camp early just because it's getting cold out, really cold. It's supposed to drop below freezing tonight, so I want to warm up. My toes are starting to get cold and stuff, but not all was lost. We didn't get any grouse. I had the opportunity of a squirrel, but let him go. There was no need to take him. We got enough food here. And I was able to help an older gentleman at least get to safe roads. He was way off any road any truck belonged on, so, but yeah, we'll get a nice fire going here now, and get a bite to eat. I think I'm gonna fry up some of the grouse and the raccoon pieces that's in the stew. I'll just pull them out of the stew and we'll fry them up in some of the fat and crisp them up a little bit, and maybe have some of the scrunchions with it as well. Go to bed with a full belly. Get this going off some hot coals. There we go. Downside is our camp area, the wind, just because of the windstorm that's been going on. It's starting to die down now, so hopefully it stops, but the wind is blowing the smoke right in where I sit. So hopefully it'll change. And then there's just enough for tomorrow. Well, the windbreak seems to be helping a bit. Nice and crisped up in the fat. Add a bit of salt to that. Amazing. Well, guys, it's still super windy out, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish my fried raccoon and head on up to bed. Try to get some sleep before the temperature drops too low. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys very much for watching. Leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing. And if you don't like what I'm doing, let me know why. Thanks again, guys. I appreciate all of you guys. Peace.